How are you?
So you've been busy or something?
Boy, this is exciting. Look what we all did. Look what we all created here. I am so proud of each and every one of us. This is what partnership is all about. This is what community is all about. We are so delighted to cut the ribbon on this lab and on our health sciences lab. It doesn't happen without the support of others. You know, as we talk about the needs of the community, as we talk about the way that this community is growing in terms of its economic potential and the revitalization of the community as a whole, and the role that education plays in that, I am so proud of all of you. I'm proud of everyone who has stepped up on this. We have had strong partners in this community ever since the idea of an educational outlet here was a twinkle in our eye. And, you know, I was preparing for graduation speeches the other day. I was thinking about the difference between a dream and a vision. And the difference, as I understand it, is that a vision has a plan behind it and action steps. Otherwise, it's just a dream. And so this dream that we had here was able to be actualized because so many people stepped up and believed in the dream and put some action behind it. We ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to be getting students in here before you know it. This lab will be scheduled for the fall, maybe the summer if we get it ready soon enough. We can never have enough biology and anatomy and physiology courses at Quinsigamond Community College. It is a backbone of so many of our curriculum areas, from those who are transferring on to baccalaureate schools and clearly all of our health programming. So this lab was very much needed. It means that students from Southbridge are not going to have to schlep all the way onto West Boylston Street to complete their science requirements and to get their degrees. So we're excited about that. We had, through the good graces of our foundation, an environmental lab out here, a portable environmental lab. But generally speaking, you need more than one science to graduate with an associate's degree from a community college. And so this enables us to round that out. So I want to thank each and every one of you. So many partners. In the other room, those of you who made it around the corner, we have our new health sciences lab, the first health sciences lab in the South County area. Probably not the last. We have dreams. We just need to get the plan and the action steps in place to make it happen in the long term. And so today we celebrate this, and we also celebrate the lab in the health sciences. Again, through the partnership and the good graces of so many good people who believe in what it is we're all collectively doing. I'd like to introduce two of our incredible government leaders who support Quinsigamond Community College so fully here in the South County area. First, I'd like to introduce Senator Dick Moore. If you'd like to make a few comments about the twinkle that we had in our eye once upon a time, specific to this site.
This week, the legislature will begin moving forward on healthcare payment reform, and much of that, getting the costs under control while improving quality of healthcare, depends on a trained workforce and having the people who have the right skills in the right places and delivering care that is appropriate for patients depending on what their needs are. And I can't think of a better way to do it than to have a facility like this in the area, to be able to partner with Harrington Hospital for one, perhaps to support some of the other allied health fields in the area that are offered. Southbridge has, I think, a long connection with healthcare, particularly in the fiber optic area. There's a lot of aspects of fiber optics that are utilized in healthcare. So there's been a tradition there to begin with. This now brings it to another level of not only delivering the healthcare and doing the research, but providing the trained workforce that's so critical to making sure that everybody gets the appropriate care they need. So we're looking forward to this. There are going to be some pieces in the, I think, in the budget, perhaps more so than even payment reform bill, supporting workforce development, working with community colleges and others in that development. So this is, I think it's a great step forward. We've been so pleased with how this Southbridge campus has developed over the last now about 4 years, I guess.
Yeah, we opened in '09.
And to see the support from the community and the partnership, and that this was done without really any public funding. It was done with donations of materials or funding and whatever through fundraising. And so from the taxpayer standpoint, it's another plus not to have to rely on the taxpayer dollars directly, but by community support. But I think it also, however, demonstrates that the community does support it, and it is something that the taxpayers ought to continue to invest in and to continue to work with. So we're really excited about this development and the continued activity here to have a health facility here to partner with Harrington and with others in the area is, I think, a terrific step forward. And congratulate you and congratulate everyone who's been part of this enterprise.
Thank you. Peter Durant has been a strong friend of Quincy Community College, even before he was an elected official. I have to say, he had a really important role to play in the conversations that we have about the communities that we serve. And so, Peter.
Thank you. I just want to congratulate everyone for accomplishing something here that is such a wonderful example of a community partnership. When I look and see the vision that Quinsig had, it's wonderful to see a group that is within the government structure say, we see a problem, we've identified it, and we can take those steps to solve that problem. And so I commend Gail and her team for being able to put those pieces together, build a fantastic campus that is able to bring people from within the community, give them a place to get that higher education without, as Gail says, schlepping all the way to West Boylston Street, and being able to provide that here within the community. It brings a sense of community, it brings a sense of purpose to those within the community. So I just want to say congratulations to everyone who has been involved in this, and I wish you many years of success here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I have to say that, you know, this community has always been so blessed to have Harrington Hospital in its midst, and I think even more blessed as new leadership has come in with some vision to create new opportunities in the community for better healthcare delivery. And Ed and I have had many conversations about how to get there, and a sense that we can get there from here. And maybe we don't even have to go anywhere else but here in that regard. So Harrington has stepped up mightily with us in this opportunity to begin to build this seed. This educational programming, particularly in the health and the sciences out here, is a seed that we believe will grow strongly. And so I'd like to invite Ed Moore to say a few words.
Thank you. I think, as is stated before, Harrington's been very honored and pleased to participate in working very closely with Gail and Victor and others, not just in the donation of some beds or other equipment. First of all, I think being the largest healthcare employer in the region, we feel that's an important mission for us to continue to do that as well. The healthcare delivery models are changing. We want to be at the forefront of that. We think there's partnerships in this regard and others that we can be very helpful with. Our tagline, as many of you know, is total local care. And we believe strongly that partnering is the way to get there, and having patients and members of the community stay local for services and education and other things that can be done well locally is what we're all about. So I'm very pleased that we've been invited and participate and come to regular meetings, and there's a lot to be accomplished, and to see the numbers just grow and grow is a tribute to what the work has been done by Gail's team, but we want to always be a part of that, and I think there's more and more innovation and opportunity to do that going forward. I do want to recognize Terry back there as the chair of our board, and for all that she's done, thank you, for being part and supportive of Harrington's efforts as well, because we've really come a long way in a relatively short time to do the things we've accomplished. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Quincy Sigmund has incredible teams of people working in many places, from the classroom to the administration to the facilities folks. Nobody does it alone. We are a team, and I would like to introduce a key member of that team who helped make this happen, and that's Dean Nancy Schoenfeld, who oversees our science and social science area of the campus. Come on up, Nancy.
Thank you, Bill. You're welcome. And this campus has been such a source of pride for all of us throughout Quincy Community College. And I think seeing today these labs just as an example of how all different parts of the college can come together, all with that same priority of putting students first and student needs first. We certainly have relied on the staff here at Southbridge to let us know what do students need in their sciences. The science department has done a great job of being able to teach some courses here already to provide the lab sciences needed for much of our programming here. And all the efforts on the part of the business department and the administrative areas of the college, it was really a wonderful effort on the part of a lot of individuals at the college. When we first started planning for programming out here for the fall of '09, we knew that science was going to have to be part of the programming. We weren't quite sure how we were going to manage that because most of our programs require lab sciences for students to complete their programs. And so by our second year here, we managed to provide some lab science courses thanks to the creativity of some of our faculty members. We have Maggie Kroll here today, who's the coordinator of our science area, and she was one of the first to bring science here, and she taught ecology and also another course that's an integrated science course. And of course we relied heavily on our lab staff at the main campus because we had to haul a lot of things here in boxes and in the trunks of cars to provide the materials needed. And Dawn Toomey, our lab manager, did just a terrific job of coordinating all of that. But we certainly began to hear from everyone that, all right, now we need the biology. So we knew we couldn't do that in a little room with just one little sink, but that it was going to take a coordinated effort to have a facility like this where we can now roll out some of the biology courses that will be necessary for the health programs, but also keeping in mind that there are a number of other programs here. We have a human services program that we're going to be having graduates this year from our human services program where they took their entire program here at Southbridge. And we have liberal arts students, general studies students. We're exploring the options for early childhood education out here at this campus. So all of those areas are growing as well. But our plan is to spend the summer getting this lab fixed up and bring over the equipment and materials that we need so that particularly in the fall we'll be able to roll out some of the biology and then continue on in the spring, consulting with the people here about what kind of program is going to be the best, which programs are students most looking for. We rely on our research office as well. We looked at the data from our institutional research office that shows us the students living in this area, what are the programs that they're interested in, and that will help us in planning to make sure that we're best meeting the needs for students. I think the future here is very bright for the college and for all of our students who live in the Southbridge area. So thank you all, and we look forward to years ahead here in science offices.
Thank you, Nancy. I'd also like to acknowledge our Dean of Health Sciences who came in from sabbatical leave, a well-deserved sabbatical leave. She's working, it's hard to believe that this woman could work any harder. She's even working harder on sabbatical leave than she did on her regular work. Thank you for coming in. I'd like to also introduce today Kathy Manning. Kathy is our Dean of Workforce Development here. This is for our center, Technology and Education Center. That tends to be, in some ways, our non-credit arm of workforce development, adult basic education, ESL, a whole range of programming that supports individuals who have the potential to be in our workforce, but they need that jump start. Sometimes it isn't a college credit course, sometimes it is a different pathway. You may remember from the press that Quinsigamond had received a $20 million grant, took the lead on it for 15 community colleges in the state, and from the Workforce Investment Boards, the One Stop Career Center, one of which is just over our heads here. The intent being to smooth the pathway between the credit side and the non-credit side, and to enable people to get into the workforce more quickly. In a traditional higher education setting, you've got semesters that start in September and in January, but people get unemployed in October, and they cannot wait. And so the work that Kathy does, the work that we're doing with the Department of Labor grant across the state, sharing best practices as we go is absolutely key. We're going to have a navigator that will navigate between the one-stop career centers and the community, and each community college. Each community college will have navigators working with the one-stop career centers to lead people into our credit and non-credit side. That's a long way to introduce the importance of what Kathy Manning does for the college. Kathy, come on up.
Thank you. As you've heard so many people say today, things like this don't happen in a vacuum. They don't happen with a lot of partners coming together, and the Nurse Assistant Lab is no exception. The idea of that came from conversations we had with our leadership group, people like Radius Healthcare and Overlook and Harrington saying, we have a need for healthcare workers here. We take that, we run with that to our funding partners, and we say, we have a need. We can contribute to the economic viability of the community. We can enhance the life of the citizens down there. Will you help us? And they said yes. And the result is that room over there. And we are incredibly excited that we are now able to offer an entry point for individuals looking to enter a career. And what's wonderful about the Nurse Assistant Program is they can take that program and they can immediately enter the workforce, or they can say, you know what, I want more. I want medical assistant, I want to be a radiologist, I want to be a nurse, and we give them the start, and we give them the option. Probably the most excited I am is the DOL grant that Gail referenced, because with the resources of the DOL grant and the support of the college community, the Nurse Assistant will become a foundational course and stackable certificate, and in early summer, we will roll out an accelerated Nurse Assistant program, where it used to take 12 weeks to complete, we will do it in 5 to 6 weeks to immediately get them out into the workplace. And because we have the support of partners, Fallon has generously given us money for scholarships, and the inaugural class will be allowed scholarship money to attend the class. So my heartfelt thanks to everybody that made this happen. We're incredibly excited to see the beginning of it and where it goes from here.
You know, increasingly, Quinsigamond has been moving entrepreneurially with friends in the community to do what we do. This week we received 13 proposals for potential downtown campus for healthcare and workforce development. Those of you who've been in our facilities see that we continue to grow and continue to get a little more squeezed. And so we are looking to move a whole set of programming downtown into downtown Worcester in proximity to the hospitals there. Again, our intent is to try and do what we can in the face of the need for educated workforce in Massachusetts, even at a time when the nation and the Commonwealth does not have an awful lot of resources at their disposal to contribute to us. Right now, Quinsigamond's operating budget for the current year it's about what it was in 2000, not adjusted for inflation, and this is not your fault. But I would like you to know, that not adjusted for inflation. Foundation, and we have grown 52% in the last 5 years. So we continue to need more resources, and so consequently, the partnerships with individuals in our community are more and more and more meaningful to us. Many years ago, Quinsigamond Community College established with the good backing of many people in the community, the QCC Foundation. It is a not-for-profit that operates specifically to support the educational needs of Quinsigamond Community College. It was through their good graces in reaching out to members of this community that this lab has come to fruition. And I'd like to introduce Larry Morrison, who is one of our incredible spokespeople for the foundation. He serves on our executive committee. Larry, why don't you come up and say a few words?
Sure. Thanks. Good afternoon. Josh Martin is handling the cameras today. Let me give you a heads up, Josh. We got a red ribbon here, as you know. Would you please think in the next few minutes of the placement of the cameras so everybody in the room can line up, stack up, everybody gets in the picture. Okay, my man? Thank you. It was just about an hour ago. I was standing here, and two women from the Career Center upstairs came around with a message besides hello and good luck, and you'll make your own good luck. They said, "We are sending you people. Oh, are we sending you people?" They used, both women used an interesting word. They used the word ambition. They said the people they're sending are ambitious. And Quinsigamond Community College is about a healthy ambition, not that dark Shakespearean sort of gloomy thing at all. A healthy ambition. And the Quinsigamond Community College Foundation is a helper in the college's pursuits. It is ambitious for its students. So as helpers, we think we are actually helping the college help people make the world go round. By the way, this is real. Victor Soma got it online, so it'll get passed around the college for those who need it.
I got you the tree.
And if we teach surgery, is it?
They need to be sterilized first.
We have a program for that.
So don't get the point when you come up close for the picture, please. For the foundation, a major, landscape-wide thank you. In the last year, $200,000 materialized out of the good citizenship of a number of decision makers at numerous organizations in the community. The Healthcare Foundation of Central Massachusetts, Dexter Russell, Hyde, United Lens, Southbridge Savings Bank, Savers Bank, Southbridge Credit Union, Harrington Hospital, and really under the board leadership of Terry Colagnesi and Ed Moore, Harrington Hospital is, I think, very quickly, it's almost a blur, very quickly becoming a national model of excellence in community health care. A separate and under the presidential leadership of Kathy Verrill, the Harrington Hospital Auxiliary. Those are the organizations to which and to whom we say thank you. Pivotal, as Dr. Carberry indicated, in bringing about this outreach campus has been the Southbridge Leadership Group. Among its members are two who are also directors of the foundation board. Brian Chadley, you're back there, Brian, thank you. And Lisa Kroc, nearby, thank you.
I'm the one that realized that he's actually.
You know, colleges have sweatshirts. I hope sometime 2 special sweatshirts can be made, says Insignia Community College, and then under it, Senator Moore, stalwart, and Representative Durant, stalwart. Thank you, gentlemen. The time has come. If there's nothing further, Madam President, we get to do the ribbon.
We do. We have a plaque that's going up at some point. I don't know. We haven't got that yet, right?
Yeah, it's not here yet. Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna have to have another party. On the other plaque. My thanks. I see faces out there of people who have contributed mightily through the fundraising efforts to bring this to fruition, through the good graces of your businesses and your personal pocketbooks. So thank you. Thank you very, very much. But we will have another party. Once we bring the first group of students through and we've got that class ready to graduate from that CNA program and hopefully have our plaque ready to unveil, we'll do this again. There's never too many times that we can say thank you, and never too many times that we enjoy meeting with you. We really feel that it's an important piece of the conversation that needs to continue. So I want to thank you. So how shall we do the honors?
Gather around, come all behind here, and we'll get the,
Yeah.
you ready?
Ready.
Somebody say Pachisi.
Get your hands on there. Get your hands on there.
Okay, one shot.
Can you reach over here, Peter? Get a hand on there. How about you, Larry?
Ready?
Get your hand on those. On that.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. We ready?
Ready.
1, 2,